Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And I want to say welcome to Mr. Hirozawa and to Ms. Kelly, to Miles, and to Nora. I'm glad you're all here today. You must be very proud. And I also want to say welcome to Ms. Schiffer and to your husband, Mr. Smith. It's good to see you all here. You know, the NLRB has a double set of duties to resolve workplace disputes and to monitor union elections. And both Republicans and Democrats sit on the NLRB board, and it is my understanding that the overwhelming majority of your decisions are in fact unanimous, that you achieve unanimous decisions, notwithstanding the fact that there are certainly some times that there are disagreements. But the nation respects the rule of law and due process, and this is an opportunity, the NLRB gives an opportunity to employers and employees to get their disputes resolved and to make sure that elections are free and fair for unions. And I just want to say I'm just delighted to see two very highly qualified nominees here. I think this is great. Mr. Hirozawa, I wanted to start by saying, as I looked through your resume, I was just very impressed by the wide range of experience you have, starting with being a clerk on the Second Circuit, your extensive experience in the private sector, a wealth of experience working directly for the NLRB, and in addition to your role as chief counsel. You also served as a field attorney dating back to the 1980s. So what I wanted to ask you to do is just take a minute or two, if you would, and describe how your experiences in these different roles, both as a junior and a senior attorney at the NLRB, as a private attorney, as a law clerk, will affect your performance as a member of the board.
Thank you, Senator Warren. I think that it will, there are a lot of ways in which those experiences will be helpful. In addition to what I described in my opening statement, from my experience as a field attorney, not only am I familiar with the quality and dedication of the employees that we have in the field, but I know from personal experience the reality on the ground. I know how cases are investigated, how most of them are settled before any kind of formal proceeding. I have been a hearing officer in representation cases, and so I have a practical understanding of how that process works. In my work as an attorney in private practice, I'm familiar with what lawyers and parties appearing before the National Labor Relations Board have to contend with, and what makes their jobs easier and more difficult, and have tried since I've been here at headquarters to do things that would make it easier for them. I also had...
I appreciate it. Go ahead, but I just need to make it short so I can ask Ms. Schiffer a question too.
Oh, okay. I've also, in private practice and at the board, I had an opportunity to work with a lot of management attorneys, very professional, and I've always had good relationships with them.
Thank you so much. I know it. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Ms. Schiffer, I wanted to ask, you know, it seems a little shocking to me that in 2013, we are still talking about equal pay for equal work. But according to the Department of Labor, women earn 77 cents on the dollar earned by men. Pay equity is an important issue for American women, and Congress has taken good steps in the right direction by passing the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act. I'm also proud to have co-sponsored the Paycheck Fairness Act, which would move us further still. But no matter what Congress does, the reality is that a fully functioning NLRB is an essential tool to promoting pay equity. Now, the NLRB is essential to protecting gains that workers have achieved through collective bargaining, and that's becoming increasingly important because now union membership is 45% women and on target for women to make up a majority by 2020. So could you discuss very briefly how the NLRB helps women workers who are pursuing equal pay for equal work?
The NLRB has no specific jurisdiction over pay equity or equal pay claims, but the NLRA does protect workers' rights to be able to talk about these issues, to be protected if they want to reach out, when they reach out to other workers, to be able to engage in any discussion or collective action about these kinds of issues, and is able to provide that level of protection for workers so that they can learn about what's going on with themselves and their coworkers and be knowledgeable, and so they can, if they decide to do so, take collective action about those issues.
Thank you very much, Ms. Schiffer. I see that I am out of time. I want to apologize. I'm going to have to leave. We have a banking hearing running simultaneously. But again, thank you both for your willingness to serve. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.